I'm really excited to be back, and I have a lot of great things that I want to share with you all. Remember that Life Talk with Lady T is a podcast about my personal journey to entrepreneurship. It's about finance, and it is about creativity and finding our journey where we plan to be in life. So without further ado, let's get started to the updates that I have for you all. Guess who's back? Yes, you guessed right. It is me, Life Talk with Lady T. And I know it's been a while since I have been on here. This is true. I started this channel back in 2020, so that was around pandemic time. I started it before the pandemic, and I was really heavy into my network marketing and meeting new people. And I decided this is such an awesome experience that I am doing of just being able to go out and meet new people. And I know that sometimes everyone doesn't have the resources, the time, or the courage to decide to go out and start to network to find other kindred spirits. But I did. So I started Life Talk with Lady T because I wanted to create a video diary of all the things that I was doing and what my journey was like getting into the space that I am in now, which is being a creative. But unfortunately, some things came up. I went away for a while, but I didn't stop recording. So yay. Luckily, I do have a lot of footage of the things that I was doing. When we left off, I was a hairstylist and I was doing paint parties, and I continued to do paint parties and continue to be a hairstylist. And I have a lot of fun updates about that as well. And I'm going to put those clips into the video. So if you see me looking over here to my left or to my right, I'm not sure how it's going to show up on your screen. It's because I have some notes here. And let's see. And I do not have my glasses on, so I'm going to pull it closer to me. So new projects that I have worked on. I'll say back in 2023, I did a mural with 3 female artists, but it was 4 of us in total at a local Black-owned vegan restaurant. I've done more paint parties. I've been a part of some panel discussions. I have been a part of some community events. And what we are sitting inside of now is my podcast studio, which I will show you all of that in the clips that are coming up. So I do want to start to release episodes. I want to release it once a week. But I'm going to be patient with myself because I have went from being a 9-to-5 worker to being a full-time entrepreneur with all of my creative endeavors. One being a hairstylist, being a business owner. And then I'm also currently participating in an apprenticeship program for digital marketing because that is something that I feel really passionate about and that I really enjoy doing. So I'm going to be patient with myself, but the purpose of this is that I want to start to release new videos. I have also started a podcast. That podcast goes by the name of Artfull Convos, and Artfull Convos is about the artist's journey. On that podcast, there are not a lot of behind the scenes, but it is me introducing you to some of my creative art friends. So I want to say the first episode, I had a yoga instructor on, so that is called The Art of Yoga. The audio is up. It is not the complete audio, so please go over to Artfull Convos. That is ARTFULLCONVOS. I had a moment where I forgot to spell it on my own podcast, but Artfull Convos, it is on all of the platforms that you can find podcasts, but it's going to be its own separate YouTube channel. But I have done a podcast with a yoga instructor. I've done a podcast with some of the heads of the art festivals that we have here in the DMV area. I've had podcast episodes with art gallery owners. I've had interviews with the head of nonprofit art organizations and with various other artists, musicians, singers, songwriters, art teachers. It's really a great platform or a great place for people to go to if you have family members or if you yourself are interested in what is this thing called art, because we all know that people tend to think that art is something where you struggle at And I've been fortunate enough to see that that is not true. Art goes beyond just selling your artwork and hoping that someone will see the same value in it that you place on it. You can be an illustrator, which I got my start to being an illustrator back in 2020 during the pandemic time. You can be a muralist. You can be someone that you design t-shirts. You can be someone that puts on productions or community shows. And just through being diligent in this industry, in this field, I've been able to just have my eyes open so beautifully and be able to tap into all these different dynamics that make up the art world. So definitely, I'm going to say this again, Artfull Convos. It is on YouTube. You can also listen to the audio podcast, which I will tell you, because of the time restrictions to do the audio podcast, it is not the whole video. So if you would like the whole video, you got to come on over to YouTube. If you just want the snippet or just a little teaser of the video, which I think I can go up to an hour on the platform that I use to disperse my audio, you'll get about an hour if you're just listening to the audio. But definitely come on over to Artfull Convos, which is my other YouTube channel, if you have any interest in seeing those interviews. Another project that I have been working on is, so we are currently sitting inside of my podcast studio. This is called TBC Content Studio. It is a rentable creative space located in Temple Hills, Maryland. I am also a hairstylist, so my podcast studio is located inside of my hair salon. And we also have a photo studio. The idea behind creating a TBC Content Studio was that when I got started doing YouTube, I wanted to do a lot of things, but I didn't really have anybody in my circle, in my space, that understood what that meant to be a creative. Because it's like, well, why can't you just get a regular 9-to-5? And those that know, like, I worked a 9-to-5 for many years and it never really panned out or worked out for me in the way that I would have wanted it to. And then after some time, it just got harder and harder to basically lie to these people and say, oh, I'm going to be so dedicated to your job or to your company, knowing that I am always going to be an at-will employee. And you really have to go out and make something that someone cannot fire you from. So I spent my years, when I came back, I worked a couple 9-to-5 jobs or a couple of temporary assignments, but really building out and cultivating my clientele as far as being a hairstylist. And then along with that, continuing to work in the art space and meet new people, and then deciding to take a leap of faith and say, hey, I'm going to open my own studio. So let's see what else we have here. Because like I said, I have notes. I have probably recorded and re-recorded this video here several different times. And I just wasn't sure what I wanted to say to welcome or to introduce myself back to YouTube, because so much has happened. I feel like I have evolved so much as a human being, so much in my maturing of me being a female, me growing up, me learning to be more assertive, me learning things that I really don't like and the things that I do like, and learning where I want to spend my time and where I want to spend my energy, type of people that I want to be around. Another thing that I had to get really comfortable with was short story time. One thing that I've always been told, or kind of always been like, oh, you dress like a school teacher, and I always took it as, well, I'm not going to say always, but in the recent years, I did kind of as a negative. But then I've learned to accept that sometimes people see things in you that you don't necessarily see in yourself. And I've had to get very comfortable with, you are a teacher. You are a leader. You are an influencer. And that doesn't have to be on the main stage. It doesn't have to be that you have a bajillion subscribers or you have a bunch of followers. Every day that you go out into this world, you have viewers. You have people that are viewing you, people that are watching your actions, people that are seeing whether or not you are actually doing the things that you say that you're going to do. Are you being the best example that you could be? And you never know who's watching you and who is learning from you. So I've had to get very comfortable with constantly putting myself in spaces where I am the focal point where there is someone watching me, and it could be a little girl, it could be a little boy, it could be a woman that just hasn't discovered who she is as a person, or she doesn't feel comfortable walking into that next role that she has. And because I work as a hairstylist, I get the beauty of hearing so many beautiful stories from people in all different walks of life. Like, I talked to one lady and she was like, just left my husband. She was coming into the salon to get her haircut. And just the level of conversation that we had and how we resonated with relationships, we resonated with family issues and learning, growing in our spiritual walk, growing in our, decided to both go to therapy. She was into music and she was into art. And I get to have these conversations daily with people, getting to connect with people on a deeper level than I have ever been able to connect with anyone in any job that I've ever had. Longest time I thought that I was not a people person, and that was totally untrue. I'm not this person that doesn't like to be around people, but it's in certain spaces, it's wise to just be surface level. And I've discovered that I'm not a surface level person. I'm so much deeper than that. So those things have driven me to where I am now, that I feel like I am standing in my power and I'm moving in my purpose. And I take it day by day, because I am not the author of where my story is going to go. I'm someone that tries to be obedient to where it is leading me to be. And I acknowledge the tools and the resources that he has given me. And so in 2010, when I was in high school and I took my cosmetology class, I took it for my junior and my senior year. And then I took state board and I passed. I did not think that 14 years later, I would still be a hairstylist. But now I'm a hairstylist with a renewed passion, because it's a hairstylist is the tool that he's giving me to allow me to connect with people and to meet some of the people that I've been able to meet throughout this time. So what to expect moving forward? You can expect that I will be posting more videos, because I feel more confident in just where I am as an entrepreneur now. You're going to get to see me explain some of the videos from the past couple years that I haven't really been showing too much on YouTube. You can expect to see me moving further and moving forward into the art space. You can expect to see me hopefully planning more things. You can see some of the events that I have planned. I hope that you all will start to interact with me on social media. I've got a couple different platforms that you can go to. If you are 100% interested in my artist journey, then you can go to Instagram and you can find me at Toya B Creating. If you are more so interested in interacting with me as a YouTuber, as far as Life Talk with Lady T's channel is, then you can connect with me in my videos. You can also head over to my Instagram page, although I will tell you I'm not as active on Life Talk with Lady T's Instagram page. And then if you are interested in the podcast, which is Artfull Convos, you can find me at Artfull Convos on YouTube, and you can find me at Artfull Convos on Instagram. But I hope that you all get something out of this video. I hope that you all get something out of the podcast, and I really hope to connect with you all in the comments, on Instagram, maybe in person. If you live in the DMV area, you can come to one of my events. But for now, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to sign off and have this video edited, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.